Before I begin, I will ask you a question. When is the happiest and most enjoyable time in your daily life? Some people might say when they go to bed, or when they play with their phone. But personally, I think the time when you eat is the most enjoyable time in my life. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of food. First, it is important because it gives us energy. It is almost impossible to survive without food, even for a single month. And as we know, if we're starving, we don't want to do anything, and it is actually very hard to work efficiently or just do anything. When God created the earth, He specially put fruit trees for Adam and Eve to eat. He intentionally created humankind so they have to eat in order to survive. It is a God-given ability to eat. I'm sure that you have never thought of eating like this before, right? Anyways, my next point is that we can see culture, history, geography, characteristics of people, and many more by finding out what kind of food they eat. France, for example, is very famous for high-quality gourmet food and broad varieties of ingredients that they use. For example, like slugs or like frog legs. It is because from the cold north part and the hot south part of France provides lots of different vegetables, fresh seafood from the North Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Mediterranean Sea, good lands for rich grapes and grains, and other many animals for dairy and meat. And adding on to that, because the Celts, Latins, Germans, and many other kinds of people from different regions are mixed together, all of their tastes were combined into make many kinds of different food. And there's another example. Korea is well known for very spicy, salty, sour, sweet, and even bitter food. And they almost always eat boiling hot spicy soup with more hot chili pepper in it, and they say, 시원하다, which means it's cool or it's refreshing. This is crazy. And even though I actually didn't see it personally, Koreans, especially the men in the 40s to the 60s, always drink soju, beer, rice alcohol drink, and other stuff. And they move to different places and they drink again and again and keep going around the unbelievable cycle until they don't remember anything and keep losing around and keep going around. Start losing balance and conscious, throw up, and even fall asleep on the streets. This shows how most of the Koreans are extreme, intense, radical, or even fierce in a way. My last point is that food is art. We can use food to express ourselves. We can create whatever I want to create. We can come up with new, never-ending ideas. We can learn about others. There are so many things we can do with food and by food. But most importantly, I think we should be able to do what we ought to do through the arts of food. For example, ministry and evangelism. About 5-6 years ago, my dad went to the Philippines and Indonesia for a short time as a short missionary work. There, he learned that Indonesians usually eat food with their hands without silverware or any utensils. And they only use right hand for it because they use their left hand for something private and not pleasant. If he didn't know that before and used utensils or his left hand, it would have been very hard for him to get along with them and evangelize to them. In all, I think that the arts of food is one of the most important part in our lives and the way to enjoy our God-given lives. Thank you.